Welcome back to Gossip Break, the cherry on top of your day. I'm one of your hosts, Bree,
And I'm your other host, Becky.
and we have another Bravo episode because what's new? They're the only ones giving us any content these days. Celebrities, where are you?
Yeah, where are the celebrities? I'm tired of talking about Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. That's like the only thing that's going on, I feel like.
After awards season is just dead. Bravo is
Completely.
giving, thank goodness,
Yeah, seriously, thank you, Bravo, for
for keeping
constantly
us in
keeping,
business.
yeah, keeping us fed so we don't have to do weird human interest stories on people.com. Like they have the weirdest stuff over there, and that's what we were gonna have to talk about if not for Bravo.
We were scraping, digging at the bottom of the barrel, but
Literally.
we don't have to dive in so deep first. First of all, guys, Becky's birthday is tomorrow.
Oh
Everybody
my
wish her a happy
God.
birthday.
Guys, I'm like really getting old. And I know that okay, not old, I'm getting grown. That's what I'm gonna
Yeah,
say. I'm grown. I will be 27 years
it's a
old.
good year.
It
27's a
is.
good year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's giving grown and sexy and like confident. She knows what she's doing. She knows who she is and the space she takes up in the world. Uh,
Exactly.
Yeah, and I do feel really confident in myself now. I don't think I've ever been so confident in my life, and it actually has nothing to do with what I look like, even though I look amazing all the time. It's like really self-assured.
You've hit 2 years post frontal lobe development is really when
Right.
it starts to the ball gets rolling. And I have to say as well, just, I mean, talking about looks, I honestly feel like I've gotten prettier after 25. I'm telling you, 27, I don't know what hit in my facial structure. The cheekbones came out, the baby fat went away. I was like, wait a minute, who am I?
No,
It faded.
how on FaceTime it like shows you when you're calling the person. I was looking at my face on FaceTime and I was like, who is this? It like literally looked like a different person. Like my bone structure. Like I looked old. Like I was like, I look so much older,
Yeah, but in
but
a
in a
good
good
way.
way. Yeah, it's really,
Late 20s, early 30s, sexy years.
yeah,
So honestly, I
sexy.
feel like women just keep aging better and better and better. Like we just keep getting better looking. Because then I think about my mom and she looks so good. I I love her. Mom, if you're listening to this, fashion icon.
No, literally my queen.
Like everybody, every time, she's like not even old, 55. And I feel like for me, like
Yeah.
28 to 55, she had me at 26, and I couldn't imagine having a kid right now. So I'm gonna be, old as hell when my kids are this age. But I just look up to my mom. Like she just always looks so put together. I'm like, queen, I gotta
No,
be.
I am so like I'm so excited to be 27. I'm so excited for my 30s. I'm excited for my
Yes.
40s. Like my 40s are gonna hit. I just know they are. It's like you have the money, you have like you really know who
Hmm.
you are. You have 20 years of feeling how I'm just now feeling. It's like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be great. I have no fear of aging. I don't know why
Yeah.
everyone's so scared.
Seriously, it honestly bothers me when it's like somebody was saying the other day that they were 26 and the people in the TikTok comments were like, "Oh my God, Unc. Are you kidding me? 26? Like, do you know you have 30 minutes?" It's that is so frustrating to me. And I just feel like it's such a, not to be so corny, but it's such a blessing to age. We should be
It
grateful
is.
that we're aging.
I tell my mom that all the time because my parents are older, so my mom will be 70 this year. And she's like, I'm aging. And I'm like, it's seriously a blessing. Like, you should be so happy that you're 70 years old, bopping around. You travel with your girlfriends, you decorate the house, you go in the yard. Like, it
House
happens all.
decorations are always on point at Becky's house. The
No,
Christmas decorations go so hard.
Christmas, Easter, summer, like any holiday. My mom is in, like, she's cooking. Like, let her cook. Like, she's been retired since I've been in high school. She lives her best life. And I'm like, I see my parents' lives now where they're traveling and they just get to do whatever the hell that they want. I'm like, I love this for you guys. Like, you guys should be a lot more gracious because you see a lot of people, unfortunately, and we can reel it back in because like I don't know why I got on this tangent.
We
Like
got so emotional about our
I
parents.
know always, but like 70, like some people don't make it to 70. So like to be born in the 1950s and you're still traveling and living your best life and doing what you want to do every day is just a true blessing. So I'll also say I'm very excited. Yeah, I do feel grown though. That is a little scary. I can't lie. I'm like, damn, it's getting serious.
Serious age out here. I know. And then I don't even want to discuss my age. I'm just going to say 20 something at this point. Like, we move on.
You're not even like, that's the thing. You're not old.
No, I know, but then it's having just like, I don't know, having to announce every year after it's just, I'm 20 something.
Yeah, yeah. Because people are like, how old are you turning? And I'm like, aren't you like supposed to stop asking that after I turn 20? Now the whole world knows that either you're gonna think I'm a baby and you're not gonna take
Yeah,
me seriously, or you're gonna think I'm old and out of touch.
exactly. There's no winning at this age we're at right now. So you
Yeah.
just,
So
honestly, I feel like I could tell people how I'll say 23. I think they would believe it. I think I could go
yeah,
honestly lower. People thought I was in high school before.
please. People think I'm like 45, so
I feel like it's the different auras we carry.
yeah, no, it's definitely the energy. Like when I go out, I actually do act kind of like a older lady.
I love that.
And then when they're like, I thought you were older, and then you started talking, and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
Baby.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I could see that. I do have like once I open my mouth and get to yapping, it's giving very much 26, 27.
It's giving. We have a Zillennial podcast.
Yeah. That's what's that. That's exactly. It's giving screen time 9 hours plus, like for sure. So
Oh my God. I can't wait to go on vacation next week and just detox the fuck out of my screen time. It's
yeah.
unbelievable at this point. I don't
Yeah.
even want to talk about it. Okay, you know what? Let's get into our stories now before we
Yeah.
really keep going down the rabbit hole. So, this was Kenya Moore's last episode. Let's just
Ugh.
start off the episode. We got to get through the tough shit to get to the fun stuff.
Yeah.
um, Miss Resident Kenya Moore fan, I would love to hear from you on this one.
Guys, I'm really triggered. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Because I know last week I was like, Brick, da, 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 da. And obviously I knew what Kenya had did. But to watch it felt very strange to me. It felt like I was watching someone go through like a mental breakdown, which I guess like she kind of was, obviously, to do something like that.
I
But
feel the same way as you.
it was strange. Like I don't know how else to describe it other than strange. It
It
was
was
just weird.
also it was tough to watch. It was really uncomfortable. It honestly felt like she wasn't even really there when she was
Yeah.
talking. I just felt like when she was going off and just bringing up the facts, I was like, where did she go? It was scary. I feel exactly the same way. Last week it was, yeah, 100% like Britt was threatening, talking about guns. And you just want to automatically believe, well, whatever happens after that is warranted because she started it. It was definitely the editing as well. And I'm not saying what Kenya didn't do was
Yeah.
bad, but I think it definitely made it feel more impactful when one, you're seeing Britt come to these conclusions of, oh, okay, I did take it too far. I need to apologize. She's going out of her way to get white flowers and she has all these pure intentions. And, they're making her look so good. Like, oh, she's going to go in there. And we already know what her ass is getting set
Yeah.
up for. So it's like you're just inherently feeling already bad for her because you know what she's about to walk into. And then on top of that, paired with no Kenya confessional. So we don't understand her mindset of how she got so
Right.
angry into this point because it's at one moment, it just felt so the shift was so crazy because it's one minute she's talking backstage to Kelly and Portia, right? And she did seem a little bit angry when they brought up Britt, but it didn't feel like it was going to get to what she did. It just seemed so crazy and out of left field and just very escalated. And I think if we would have had some confessionals to see how it led up to that point, maybe it wouldn't have felt so crazy to watch. I don't know. That was really hard to watch. Oh my God.
It was just so, and you're right. I didn't even think about the editing. Maybe they cut it down, but I hope that her entire speech was only 2 to 3 minutes. Because personally, I'm thinking about the reason why we were there was for your grand opening of this business that you have been talking about for years. Her entire
Right.
plot on the show has been Kenya Moore hair care, and she
Yeah.
came out with the products, and then a couple of seasons ago, which made sense and made for actually good, funny, shady TV, was when Marla was having she was starting a wig company or something. Didn't invite Kenya, and so Kenya hired a band, and Kenya Moore hair care to crash her
Yeah.
event. It was like crazy, but it was like, okay, this is Real Housewives. This is giving Real Housewives. And now you're like, okay, I'm gonna build a brick and mortar store. I'm gonna build a legacy for my daughter. She's talking about her daughter. And that's also what I find weird is like, how do you go from talking about your kid and thank you all from supporting me to talking to showing pictures of someone who isn't even there? She left. I didn't
It
even
felt
realize she
so
left.
drastic.
Yeah, it was weird. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know how her brain went from point A to point B.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like when she started talking about Brit, it was almost like she wasn't there. Cause I was like, what just happened? Where did the shift happen to where you were so proud and excited to start this business? And then also, like, why would you ever do this at your own business is so
Right.
confusing to me. I was listening to this podcast. She's speaking with Emily Hanks. I don't know if you guys have listened to her, but she does really, really detailed recaps. Like sometimes you don't even need to watch the episode at all. Love her. But I was listening to her talking about, I think it was the episode that came out before this, and they were talking about like, why would she do this at her own,
Mm-hmm.
event and opening? And her co-host made a really good point about how a lot of times their events don't get shown, like they film them, but then when the season goes out, they don't show it because maybe nothing happened or it was boring. So a lot of the times the housewives will try to kind of bring up drama at events to make sure it gets shown. And they were saying maybe she came with that intention, which is obviously still bad and it's like dumb, but maybe she was just thinking like, I need to make sure this is shown because I put so much time into this, so much money into this. I'm going to make it a big thing, which obviously, yeah, it definitely backfired on her. But I wonder if that's what she was thinking. Cause it's like, how did you get to that point? Why would you think that's smart?
That's what I'm saying. Like, oh, I'm trying to build a legacy. Let me show revenge porn at my own
Yeah.
event. Now everyone's gonna, at the grand opening, now everyone is gonna associate that with this incident. It doesn't matter
Yes.
if it's 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road, we're all gonna remember this is where Kenya lost her mind and got fired.
Yeah, she anchored that memory into this business. And
Yeah.
now it's giving dark energy, to be honest. Like I feel bad that I wouldn't want to go to that salon because
Yeah,
of that
no.
alone. Like I just feel like it's dark.
Something sinister is going on, and people say that about Kenya all the time. Like she has dark energy, and I'm like, yeah, she kind of does. Like,
I was scared.
but I love her down. But like, that was spook. That was like
That was
someone
spooky.
in like a fugue state. Like they're not here with us anymore. They got possessed by like a vengeful little demon. It's just very weird. And no, we seriously need a Kenya Moore biopic, or I need a psychologist or maybe a psychiatrist to unpack her. And I
Okay.
want,
We have to talk about that because I saw a TikTok today and I actually wanted to ask you about it because I remember you saying on the last episode that Kenya had a really bad childhood, like probably
yeah,
one of the worst in Bravo, and I don't know about it. And then this TikTok I saw today, it was this girl saying how Kenya has a really okay, like obviously I'm not trying to psychoanalyze. This is a TikTok, okay? But the TikTok was saying how Kenya has a very deep mother wound and it
yes.
shows in every single instance of Housewives. Like everything she does is this mother
Yeah.
wound. So I was like, what is this mother wound? Please tell me because
To
what
make
I saw was so sinister.
Yeah, to make a long story short, her mom got pregnant with her when she was a teenager and I guess was forced to keep the baby. And her mother has to this day, Kenya is like almost 60 years old, 50 years old, something. To this day, her mother has never acknowledged that she exists. and they lived in the same house.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So like they would grow, so her grandparents, like her mom's parents, raised her in the same house as her mom, but Kenya would say like they would be at like family reunions, all this, and her mom would literally act like she wasn't there, wouldn't speak to her, wouldn't look her in the eye, wouldn't acknowledge that she was there. And then I later learned in her interview with Carlos King that when Kenya started doing pageants and started winning, her mom would go to like the judges and the people that were putting on the pageants and be like, "Oh, Kenya's a she's a teen alcoholic, she does drugs, she sneaks out." But like won't acknowledge that I exist. It's
Literally
very
her biggest hater.
yeah,
Oh
literally
my
her
God,
biggest
that just
hater.
made everything make sense for her,
It's
to be honest.
Yeah, it's really strange because there was a season where she tried to, again, giving us the greatest hits. Like it did give us good TV, unfortunately. She tries to visit her mom on camera and her mom won't open the door. Like to this day, her mom will not acknowledge that that's her daughter. And she has a relationship with her dad, which makes it even like
That makes it stranger.
stranger.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, you guys are both, and there's so many theories, like maybe that's not her real dad, yada, yada, yada. I don't know, but based on what she has told us, her mom does not acknowledge her existence and never has, and definitely never will now.
Yeah, things are clicking. Wanting
Yeah,
the attention, um, literally going to the lowest of the low to
good
gather
attention.
attention. Yeah, that's really sad.
It is really sad, and that's why she wanted a daughter so bad. And it's so strange because from what I've seen, and again, I don't know her, but from what I've seen, she's such a good mommy to Brooklyn.
Why did she do this? You know what? I'm not to say it's right, but even if she did this and it wasn't at her event, what the fuck were you doing it at your own event?
Yeah, that just, and I liked Shamia's confessional where she was like, it's one thing to say it and
Yes, and
I
to
have
say you have receipts.
maybe send it in the group chat, but to go to FedEx, print it out, put it,
Yeah.
glue it on a poster board, bring it, production sees you bringing it in, which I have some questions for that because why the fuck would you let her, like, where's
That's
the
another thing we need to talk
accountability?
about.
Because like I know y'all saw her move them posters in. She had multiple.
hmm
Yeah, so that's Kenya Summer Moore.
Yeah, it's Shamia's so right. You, if you had screenshots, receipts, you could have said that. You didn't have to do it because now all these people at the salon are
Traumatized.
like unconsenting to seeing
Yeah,
dicks and mouths. Like I don't want to
yeah,
see that. If I'm going
yeah.
here to how did we go from judging hair and clapping like, "Ooh, I like that one," to all of a sudden, "Who is this hoe?" And she's sucking a dick on a poster board. That is so crazy to me. Oh my God.
Mind you, they don't even know Brit. She's not even there. So that's
Exactly.
what's
She
also
walked out.
confusing. So it's like I don't even know who this lady is, and like I've seen her at her most vulnerable.
Yeah. And what do you think of Cynthia afterwards when she told Kenya basically, "Hey, I love you and I'm going to go, but you're better than this. And I don't think you should have done that." Because then Cynthia was on Watch What Happens Live afterwards. And I guess her and Kenya haven't been talking since because of that.
Cynthia's right. What the actual fuck were you thinking, bitch?
Okay. I'm so glad you said that because
Of
people
course.
are Kenya retweeted this
I saw
video,
that, the
yeah,
Nene
of
video.
Nene talking about how you shouldn't align yourself with the evil just because your friend made a mistake. And I don't think she's aligning herself with Brit. She just is. I think a real friend is going to tell you, like, she didn't walk away. Kelly walked out. A lot of the other girls walked out. Portia walked out, which I understand not wanting to be around. I would have stayed just to see all of the drama. But you know, like Cynthia stayed the whole time, and you know, and she could have been meaner. She could have been like, "Girl, what the fuck was that?" She was like, "Listen, I love you. I'm gonna call you later, but you're better than that, and you shouldn't have done that." That was the gentlest way she could have put it.
Yeah,
And I think it was a real friend of her to do that because a bad friend is letting her do this at the grand opening of her own show
right.
or her own salon. That's which also just shout out to another podcast that I listened to about this, all about TRH. I don't know. They have like a relationship with Carlos King and producers.
Mm-hmm.
Teresa, all of these people. I feel like they know a lot of shit behind the scenes. And they were questioning that producers and the showrunners 100% knew that Kenya was going to do this. So, kind of why didn't they stop her if they knew that she was going to get fired for it? I mean, I don't know if that's their job. I feel like they probably have so much pressure to make a good show that they're just like, this is going to be crazy. But they
I
also probably could have said, like, girl, this is literally revenge porn.
Yeah, they have an obligation as producers to make sure that everyone feels safe.
Yeah.
And they did not do that because they 100% knew that she was going to do that without a doubt.
Because yes, because with Brit, they couldn't have predicted that she was going to say that.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. But they knew that Kenya was going to do this, and leading up to it, they probably should have stopped her. So I don't know. It is interesting, especially because at the end it said that they decided to stop filming with Kenya this season. Does that mean she's going to come back?
I don't know. I don't even like, does she want to come back? I'm just
She's been
so,
retweeting a lot of craziness.
she's been on
She's
Twitter
been
a
on
lot.
one.
And the
Like she's
funniest thing
pissed.
about her retweeting that Nene video about talking about Cynthia aligning with evil, the evil Nene was speaking about was Kenya.
The full circle is so funny.
So it's like, girl, Kenya. It was just, I don't know. It was weird. It was just
This is
all
I wanted to show some of the things she retweeted, the last things, because it is interesting points that she brings up. She retweeted, it says, the fact of the matter is, any other job, Britt would have been fired before Kenya had the opportunity to retaliate. So
correct.
I mean, that is true. And that's what we were saying. If you were going to have Kenya gone, you should have had both of them gone. If you weren't going to do Kenya, then how are you just going to do one or the other? I mean, it was definitely bad watching it this time, and it did feel worse than what Britt did. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's because of the editing. I think it also is. It's just such a vulnerable.
It was like premeditated.
Yes, and it's like to be in such a vulnerable position of sexual acts happening and people seeing that without your consent is obviously tough. But I did see that Kenya tweeted something or she posted something basically clapping back at Andy because he was saying like this is revenge porn, and she said that in Georgia it's not revenge porn and he needs to look up his laws and that she didn't do that because basically she's in Georgia that what they're trying to say is that since Britt posted this content on her own as, I don't know, a cam girl, whatever she was doing, it's technically not revenge porn because she already posted it.
Well, yeah, technically, but it's still
Exactly.
not right. Yeah, because yeah, Georgia has the best laws in the country. Georgia is known for
Like,
having fair
okay,
laws.
loophole. It's still
Like,
bad.
I don't care about the law. I care about your reputation, lady, and you killed yours. As if it was already pretty low. I'm not gonna lie. Like you already are a polarizing person, and now you have your own people, your own twirls, being like, lady,
I know the own girls coming for you has to be
me,
tough.
because I seriously defend Kenya as if she gave birth to me herself. Like, I will go toe to toe with anybody that hates on my darling. And I still will. I'm just like, no, I can't excuse that. It
Yeah.
was just really, you need, like, seriously, like, you need to get help.
Yeah. I feel really bad.
That's
She needs deep
all I got from
therapy.
that. I'm not mad at you or like I know exactly why you did it. I know exactly why you are the way you are. You need to get help.
Yeah. Period.
Like that's it. Also, you can't let people take you that much out of character.
Yeah.
Like no matter
Exactly.
what they do, no matter who disrespects you, what they say, like you just need to like let them look crazy. You not responding makes them look crazier. Now all the headlines are about you and you looking crazy.
Exactly. Which that just parallels what I was just thinking about. I actually had the pleasure or displeasure of seeing the Portia Kenya reunion clip for the first time today of Portia dragging
Oh.
her. And I'm not gonna lie, Kenya doing that blowhorn in the face like that kind of set me off too, to be honest. She's such a fucking menace. But then afterwards, I was honestly like almost tearing up at Portia being like, I embarrassed myself. I can't believe I did that. I can't
Yeah,
believe I embarrassed myself. Because then all you think about is Portia dragging her, not what Kenya did before. And now it's
exactly.
literally the same thing. Like you don't think you're not, no one's gonna think about Brit. They're just gonna think about what Kenya did.
Right.
Yikes.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
and guess
live
what?
long
Portia
enough to
got
see
help.
yourself become the villain.
Yeah, I mean, Kenya's always been the villain, but hey, she took it to a new level.
No, she took it to a new hell.
She is the Thanos of Bravo. There is no going back, young lady.
I am curious. A lot of people are saying that, or there's arguments, discourse online, if this is really the worst thing that's happened in Bravo. Like, what has been worse than this? I'm just curious. What do you
Maybe
think?
Phaedra saying that Candy is drugging people and raping them. Probably that.
That was the number one comment for sure.
Yeah. I guess who's back this season and in the cover title and yet somehow hasn't been in one episode.
And
And has
that was the
actually
second
have been on
point.
like 4 or 5 NBC Peacock episodes.
That was the second point. Like,
So
Bravo's such a joke sometimes.
it is. So like I get maybe we'll see Kenya in 5 years. I don't know.
I could see it happening.
Me too. Cause what?
Yeah, what is happening? But I'm not gonna lie. All of a sudden, I'm so locked into Atlanta. I don't think I want to keep watching this season, but I want to go back now. I'm committed.
Yeah, it is perfect TV. When I tell you it was like real sisterhood, it was
I
drama and
see it.
shade. Like you can tell like they really did care about each other and care about having a good show. I don't know how it got lost down the line, but no, like Atlanta used to give and it has the best replay value. Like you can like I
Yeah.
can put on an old episode today and actually be in tears cackling.
And that's the thing. It's like I was seeing little pieces of this episode of just the giggles. Like Portia was honestly making me giggle when she was like, she needs to have her wig tied down. Like I was crying. She was like, because I got mine tied down for her. Like just fucking messy. And I just like I need to go
Yeah.
back and watch all of that now.
265 days a year. Are you kidding me? Like that's
Just a
gold.
mess.
Just so silly.
Uh,
So,
well, speaking of OG Atlanta, that reminds me
yes.
of Miss Kim Zolciak's daughter and Candy's daughter being on a new Bravo show. So Bravo announced, do we have anything else to talk about with
Absolutely
Atlanta?
not.
Okay,
Absolutely
we're
not.
done.
Nope.
Okay, moving on. We're not going to talk about the dark era anymore. So, Bravo has announced Next Gen NYC. So, it's going to be a new show featuring some of the Bravo Housewives kids. So, the cast includes Kim Zolciak's daughter, Ariana Bierman, and then Candy's daughter, Riley Burris. So, both from Atlanta. And then from New Jersey, Teresa Giudice's daughter, Gia, is going to be on there. And then from Salt Lake City, Meredith Marks' son, Brooks Marks, will be on there. So I believe that's all of the Housewives kids, the 4 of them. And then there's other
Mm.
ones that are in the show. So we have Ava Dash, which I think is such a slay after looking her up because her dad is Damon Dash, who I had to look up. I'm sorry, I didn't know who that was, whatever. Co-founder of Rockefeller Records with Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Her mom, Rachel Roy, fashion designer, aka Becky with the good hair. The
Wait.
lore.
Wait. I did not know that.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Wait.
So their daughter, Ava Dash, is going to be on the show, and she is literally beautiful, of course, like after seeing her parents. And
Obviously.
the trailer, it looks like she's going to be kind of a main character. Okay, girly. So we have her, and then the Housewives kiddos, and then we have some randoms, and then Ariana Bierman's boyfriend, Hudson. So what did you think of the trailer? What do you think of this show?
It looks horrible, but I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, basically.
I'm so confused by these people. Bravo is seriously pushing Brooks Marks like down our throats, and I don't know why. The other three I get because they're like real OGs. I remember watching, being a few years older than Riley and Ariana, watching them have a play date with each other because of their moms, Candy and Kim.
Yeah,
And
we
and then
watched those girls grow up. We watched Gia
yeah,
grow up. We
right. And
didn't
then
watch
Gia, of
Brooks
course.
grow up.
Who the fuck is Brooks Marks?
Seriously. Yeah, honestly,
So
the way that they're marketing this show as well, it's like the Gia show. I feel like everything I've looked up for Next Gen NYC, they always use Gia's solo picture as the first picture. And then you watch the trailer and she's in like half a second. So I
yeah.
just don't understand where the drama is going to come from. I see why people are talking shit about this, but I am very
Of course.
hopeful that it could be good because Bravo desperately needs a shakeup. Maybe this is what they need. I don't know. The trailer didn't look promising, but I think that we could maybe get to a good spot because I don't know, like the Ava Dash edition, something about that feels cool to me. Real NYC it girl that has connections, but she's not a housewife. So maybe we'll see how it goes. Maybe she'll give us something and it won't be as much housewives kids based.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna watch, but not because I'm like, oh, this is such an interesting concept. It's literally giving Nepo babies. It's just
It
a Bravo Nepo baby show, which like love that for them. I just don't know if it'll be that interesting without the episodes where their moms aren't on it.
Yeah, they looked like they had very tiny confession or not confessionals, but just scenes with Teresa, Candy, and Kim. I think Meredith as well, or Seth. I don't know. I mean, all of the parents are in it, but not a lot. Just enough to say a little one-liner to add it to the trailer.
Yeah, literally.
We'll see if it ends up being something, but I also have such low expectations that I think even if it's 1% good, I'll be happy.
Right.
But that's the key is we have to have low expectations, girls.
Yeah, this isn't gonna knock it out of the park the first season. We gotta have a little build up and we gotta have some new characters added in and like plots thickening. It does make sense why Gia isn't going to law school and started a 23-minute podcast.
Where half of
So
the minutes are ads.
yeah, it does make now I'm like, oh, okay.
We see.
Yeah, I see it now. I see it. But I'll watch.
I think
I'll
it
give
is a
these
cool
kids.
concept,
Yeah.
but I'm not really a fan of the kids.
Yeah,
You
like
know? Like
um
in theory, it sounds cool. Like, oh my God, like the next generation, the Housewives kids, they're grown up, they have their own show. But then when you think about it, it's like Brooks Marks.
no, literally.
I'm okay.
Kim
I'm
Zolciak hasn't been on Bravo as a main cast member since 2000 like 11. I want to see her mom. I want to see that drama. I want to see drama between Kim and Croy. I don't want to see Ariana's crazy ass.
there's no reason for it.
No. And Riley is so normal.
She's such a sweet girl, but it's not giving reality star.
No, she goes to NYU. Like it was more interesting watching it from Candy's perspective as
Yeah.
a mother, dropping her kid off and being like, wow, we really watched Riley growing up and now she's going to one of the best schools in the country and she gets straight A's and she like got a Rolls Royce for her birthday or whatever the fuck. Yeah, that was cool. But now I'm like, I mean, she could just have a YouTube channel.
How old is Raven Huger? Because why couldn't they get her? She's in New
That's a
York.
great question. I think that's a better age range because these people are kind of young.
Yeah.
They're like
That's what I was
really young.
thinking. Is Raven is not old. I feel like she's around our age, but
Yeah.
we wouldn't hang out with Brooks Marks and Gia Giudice.
No, or Riley and Ariana, who are like those are babies to me.
They're
Like I
babies, yeah.
still see them as the babies that they were when the show started. Let me see how old Raven is. Raven Huger age. She's 20, yeah, she's 26 as of she was born in 97.
Okay, yeah,
So she'll
makes
be
sense.
yeah.
I think yeah, I don't know. They're trying. They're really trying. What I
They
need
are
them to do as
trying.
well is do something else. They need to just innovate and evolve some of these shows. Like Summer House, for example, is a perfect show where I think they have outgrown the format of the show of going to the Hamptons
Hmm.
to party every weekend. Kyle Cook is like 42 years old. I don't want to see him partying every weekend. We need to evolve the show to actually filming them in Manhattan in their like where they live. I feel like that would be so much more interesting than the summer house bullshit that they're doing because it feels
Yeah.
so fake. And for some reason, it just feels like, oh, if it's not housewives, we can't just film them in their normal lives like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, but we need to evolve. Like, it doesn't always have to be housewives that we watch that
Yeah.
kind of style of TV. I want to see that. And I don't know. Honestly, I could see Lindsay on the new Roni because
They need something, somebody.
exactly. They need something. Number one, I know people don't like Lindsay or she's polarizing, but hear me out. Number one, yeah, they need a fucking shakeup. Number two, she has connections with Aaron. They are like new mamas and they hang out in the city together. So, hello, easy. And then number three is that Lindsay Hubbard, unlike these other girls, is a real reality star. She, even pregnant, she is still making drama on Summer House. She's still playing producer, concocting storylines for
Yeah.
people. She knows the game and she makes shit entertaining. And Roni needs that so bad right now. But in a like, she makes it feel real though. I feel like
Yeah.
Aaron, they do it in a way where it's like they're trying to hide things. Lindsay's putting it all out on the table, like, oh, you said this about your husband. We're bringing it up at this dinner, and I'm bringing it up in this way. So you have to talk
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. I'm just, you're right. I don't watch Summer House. I tried to watch one episode, but then Jesse said something weird and I was like, I can't watch
I'm
this.
out.
Like immediately I clocked out. I was like, nope, I'm going to YouTube or something. And yeah, it does seem fake because why would a pregnant woman go to the Hamptons without her baby daddy man husband to hang out with
Yeah.
a like a 40-year-old? It's just so confusing. Or even watching, I did watch most of Southern Charm this season. My jaw dropped when I found out that Shep is like 45 fucking years old.
It's embarrassing sometimes
Let's
when you
just say
hear
50.
because
Let's
they
just say
act
50.
like kids. They act
Yeah.
like they're still 21. These men
And
on these shows.
that's fine, whatever. I personally don't want to watch that, or we need something new. We need like the premise of the show is young and fresh and like the new thing. So maybe they need to graduate to how they need a new show. Like think of Vanderpump Rules. They aged out. None of you guys work at Sir anymore. Now
Yeah.
we have the Valley. Perfect.
Yeah, that's what they needed for Summer House. Like they need a
Yeah.
Valley equivalent, and then they can just keep Summer House, but they have to have an all new cast of young people. And also, when they do this evolution for Summer House, Bravo, if you're listening, can you please add in the people from Martha's Vineyard as well? I know a few of them live in New
Yes.
York. Just merge it all together. Fuck, like it's not that hard.
No, it's really not. I don't even, why did they even need their own spinoff anyway? If you guys were going to cancel after 2 seasons, just invite more black people to the Hamptons, like,
Just invite more black people to the Hamptons.
period. Like, that solves. Now you don't have to have a whole new show budget, production budget, lack of reunion budget. Like, just invite more people and let the
And the thing
old
with
people,
Summer
the
House is
pregnant
they
people,
do, yeah, they try to
grow
have
up.
people of color, but then what ends up happening is they don't give them any other storyline besides it's like the simplest thing. Like Sierra is sometimes she annoys me, sometimes I do like her, but I feel like she's very multifaceted. She's like a Southern peach from Georgia. She was a nurse and like a COVID nurse. She's a model. She's so nice. She's so beautiful. And I feel like she has complex family issues. Like she was talking about her daddy issues. So there's like a lot of things that we could actually talk about of her character. And her storyline is solely focused on what white boy of the month does she think is cute. That is only the ever, like, that's literally
Literally.
it. And then they have this guy Emerald right now who I'm pretty sure he said he's from Bangladesh and he like immigrated here and he got married and got legal citizenship through that and he's like been kind of talking about that a little bit. Apparently, he opened up a school in Bangladesh for kids to learn English. All these
Yeah.
great things, and you literally wouldn't know because he only posts about that on his Instagram stories. The only thing they show on Summer House is him hooking up with a girl every single weekend. So it looks like he's just like a sex addict. It's like you got to
Yeah.
give these people more. Like you can't just hire people of color and then give them no fucking storyline because then everyone's like, "Oh, they're boring, they're boring, they're boring." No, you guys
Yeah.
just aren't showing them to their full capabilities
We're
unless it's a
talking
housewife
about,
franchise. Like that's it.
yeah. And we're talking about Paige and Craig for 10 episodes. Like, anyways,
Okay,
good luck
that
to
was our
these New
our
Yorkers.
our Bravo show deep dive. Good luck to the next gen kids. Hopefully it's good. We will be we'll tune in for at least like you have us at least for 3 episodes.
I was gonna say the same. You got me for 3 episodes. I can commit to that. After you
We'll
better wow
see.
me.
Yeah, we'll see where it goes after that. Okay, well, let's talk about the last little bit of Bravo just to round it out. So, the Beverly Hills reunion was last night. There, honestly, like, we don't even need to talk about it too much again. I feel like the only important thing that happened was Andy finally calling Kyle out for her double standards, which I thought was like finally
Yeah.
amazing. He talked about the Morgan Wade of it all, and he brought up a good point, basically saying how, okay, I know that Morgan doesn't want to be on this show because of her anxiety or doesn't want to be on the show this season because of her anxiety or whatever. She doesn't like this. She doesn't like the spotlight. But Andy was like, she is a musician and a performer. So she still gets that spotlight because of her job, anyways. And when you are a musician performer, you're going to get speculations about your love life, especially when you're singing about your love life. So you can't just blame it all on Bravo, number one. But then number two, with Bravo, she can't like only claim all the negative about it because she has gotten a lot of attention, popularity. Even Dorit was saying, yeah, now she's a household name. Nobody knew who Morgan Wade was before.
I
So she should be
thought we,
happy about that.
y'all, I literally thought we were talking about Morgan Wallen the whole time. Like that I thought when people would say Morgan Wallen, they were talking about Kyle's Morgan Wade.
Oh
It
my
was
God.
the same person. They were the same person to me
So what
for
about the Get Me to God's Country where you like you thought that was
no,
Kyle?
I eventually learned who Morgan Wallen is. I never knew what he looked like. And I still, for a really long time, I thought they were the same person. I thought that Morgan Wallen was
That's
a
so
lesbian
funny.
country singer. I was like, damn, this lady's in headlines all the time. Like, she's dating Kyle allegedly. She's throwing chairs in Nashville. Like, this bitch is crazy.
You're probably like, why does she hate the spotlight so much? She's in it all the time.
No, like, if you hate the spotlight, just stop. You're in the wrong profession. Like,
Oh my God.
so,
Okay, but
yeah.
even if, yeah, so she was really not known before. So put some respect on Bravo's name, okay? We gave you a come up. We allowed people to discover you. But then, anyways, Andy finally says, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You don't want us to talk about it, but then you're the love interest in her music video. So she doesn't want to be talked about, but then she makes you the love interest in her music video. So it's her fault too.
Yeah.
She didn't have to include you. You guys are both egging us on, but then getting mad and saying, oh, well, I'm not going to say it if it affects my daughter. So that music video didn't affect your daughter?
Right. I think that's a lot more traumatizing seeing my mom make out with a woman while she's still married to my dad.
With no explanation on why. That's way more traumatizing. I just don't understand Kyle sometimes. So, anyways, I was just so glad Andy finally called her out on it. And I honestly, even then, after Andy called her out, he was like, I'm sorry. Why is everyone scared of Kyle?
Because she like is gonna cry and run off or something. I really don't know. I think the show could and would thrive without her. I don't like it's not like she's not Nene Leakes, people.
I think, well, remember in part one when Dorit said something about how she has ties to production and all of that stuff? She must just be deeply rooted in that franchise. The only way she's going to be out is if she quits.
Yeah.
They're never going to fire her.
No.
Which I mean, I guess I get from their standpoint because it's like the last kind of the founding father of Beverly
So
Hills
like
before it gets
that's what I'm saying. It's not like you really bring it. The last time you brought it was you're drunk and an alcoholic and now everybody knows.
Damn,
You
not
think
that
of
far back.
like again for season one. That's the only like what other moments Kyle had that people really understand in the Bravo universe and outside. Let's talk about the goddamn husbands. You were mute.
Yeah.
Hunky Dory, mute.
The only time she piped up was against LVP and ruined a however long, decade long friendship because she wanted to believe Raider online and Dorit. That was still so sickening to me. I can't believe
Yeah.
she threw their friendship. I used to love their friendship. It was so funny and just they used to get into so much shit together.
No, we really had it all.
Like the backbone of that franchise.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, they need to definitely do something different with Beverly Hills because this part two reunion
Flop.
has been snooze fest. Okay, Kyle and Dorit fighting the entire time. Over it. Over it after like the fourth episode.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this last little TikTok news today I thought was interesting. So, Francesca Farago, I don't know if I'm saying this girl's name right. I just too hot to handle influencer. I don't know. I don't watch these shows, but I know the name. I know her face. I think she was on Instagram Live or she was on some kind of live, but they screen recorded it and put it on TikTok. And she said in this live that people get her and Jesse, her partner, get paid to do trends on TikTok. And a lot of
Hmm.
influencers, she was saying, get paid to do this. And she said that somebody reached out to her to pay her to jump on the trend of hating on Hailey Bieber. So this opened up a door to being like, wait a minute, people were paid to jump on the bandwagon, which I just wanted to bring up because selfishly, I just wanted to say I told you so because literally when we were talking about this on Gossip Break, we were saying we are PR girlies and it's just a little weird how a little someone dropped an album and all of a sudden there's a hate train on Hailey Bieber again
Yeah.
when this is like an old topic, so it just resurfaced. It's not like it was anything new. I don't know. What do you think about this?
I just want to know who's paying for it. Because obviously, first guess Selena. Duh. But like, why? She just doesn't, she seems like she has everything going on for her. Why would she be like, you know what I need right now? A smear campaign against Hailey Bieber.
But that
But
kind
then
of
who
is
else would pay
Selena.
for it? Yeah, yeah. But then who else would pay for it? So
I'm not
I'm,
saying Selena did it, but I just feel like sometimes there is that little side of her that likes to like get at them, like get at Justin any way she can. It'd be funny if she did this. Um, I don't know. But regardless if it wasn't Selena or not, it really didn't have to be. It's just a comparison and funny that her album did come out the week that this hate train started. I digress. It is interesting though that people get paid to jump on a trend, and even if it's something like this, like oh, talk about hating Hailey Bieber or like making
yeah.
fun of Hailey Bieber, we'll pay you for it.
Because I know the songs, people will be like, oh, Universal or whatever music company will or record label, they pay people to like, oh, make a 15-minute clip to this song. That's normal.
Yeah.
But the trends is like, not this being a rigged election. I thought the beauty of TikTok is how random and funny and authentic it is, but y'all are like actually
Ruining
doing,
it.
yeah, like smear campaigns, paying people to do full smear campaigns, like user generated smear campaigns.
And again, like hate Blake Lively if you want. I totally understand why people would. We just were saying from the PR perspective when we talked about it, it's just really sinister to see how easily manipulated social media algorithms could be because you think it's real people and it's so easy to have groupthink like oh all these
Yeah.
comments hate Blake, I'm gonna hate Blake, and then when you really dig into it like half of them are fake. So
Yeah.
again, not saying you can't hate Blake, like she's done a lot of annoying shit, but it's like, and then the same with Hailey Bieber. I understand why people wouldn't like her. She still did all that shit in the
Yeah.
documentary. But it is just crazy how manipulated our algorithms can be. Nothing
I
is
was,
real.
yeah, because I was getting those TikToks. Like, I'd be asking questions I already know the answer to because I looked at your mom's Facebook. I do it. You have to do
No,
your research on these
everyone's a
guys
little
these
Hailey
days.
Bieber. Everyone's a
Yeah,
little Hailey.
everyone, especially if you're on like dating apps, you meet a guy out, you get his phone number. Guess what? I am copying and pasting that phone number, ladies. If you didn't know this, put it in Cash App, put it in Venmo, find out everything you need to know. Now I have your government name. I'm looking it up. Do you have a jail record? What's your relationship with your mom like? Your dad, your
Exactly.
sisters? Yes, I'm looking you up on LinkedIn.
And guys do it to girls as well because I
Yeah.
remember there was a specific time when this was like a situationship and I knew the move that he pulled on me because I had done it before. Like I had posted a song Amber by 311 on my story, in my little hippie woo woo face. And then, like, the next day we went to hang out. He was like, "Oh, this is my favorite song," and put it on. And I
Oh
was like,
my
"You can't
God.
get me because I've done that to a guy before."
Yeah,
Like,
like, oh
I've
my
been a
God.
Haley and been like, "Oh, he posted that song. Like, I'm going to casually bring it."
No, that's so me. And then act like I forgot. Like, oh,
Exactly.
really?
So it's
I do
just so
that now. I've done that like in 2025.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Everybody has a Haley in them,
Yeah.
even though
So
she's annoying.
she is annoying and she like, hey, like I said, honestly, she kind of slayed. Like,
You
go
know
after for what
what?
you want.
Exactly. I was going to say, us being annoyed at her, though, is like, we need to look within ourselves. Why are we triggered by that? Is it something in ourselves?
Yeah.
Because
I
we're
don't
stalkers too.
I am a full-blown stalker, y'all. I will
No
proudly
shame.
admit, like no shame, I will find out any and everything. I have ways to look at people's stories and them not even know I looked at their stories,
Wait,
okay?
tell me after.
No, of course, there's a website. And I be looking at people's stories because like I don't want you to see my fake account or find out that it's my fake account. No, you just go
You
to
just won't
this.
ever know.
Yeah, you'll never know. It doesn't even pop up on their thing that somebody viewed this. I am just on my private browser on my phone and I'm looking at your story. I do it all the time.
You know how I know I'm old? I just found out what a highlight trap is because I was. Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay, so okay, maybe I'm not old. Basically, it's when you're looking through someone's highlights and you're tapping through them, they put a sticker that's like really big over the entire thing. So when you're swiping it, it hits the sticker and then it will notify them like, "Hey, this person." Cuz like if you put an engagement sticker on your story, it'll show that, someone hit it. So they do that to see who's looking at their highlights because the highlights doesn't tell you who looked at it. And oh my God, like I'm too fucking old for this. I can't, like, I
Yeah.
just let me stalk in peace.
Yeah, I'm not
Fuck.
playing these games with y'all. And that's the thing, I just refuse to have shame about it. Like, oh, because even the TikTok sounded like I'm in her recent Instagram search. Yeah, bitch, you are. I was looking at your shit. Oh, that's so weird. You're watching my story. We all do it. Like, shut the fuck. Like, you are not cool. And guess what? Now that I own it, now what can you say? Like, yeah, of course I'm looking at my current man's ex's story. Are you fucking kidding me?
You know what though? It's so GB coded. If you're listening to this podcast, you do that too because like we're nosy, gossipy girls.
Yeah, I want to know. Like, I will send my friends on you. I will send stories. Like, I don't give a fuck if I pop up in your views.
Oh my God, you have to tell me the stories thing because yeah, I need to know that later.
Yeah, yeah, girlies. No, I'll send you it after.
I'm dead. This is like OG call her daddy hacks that they would talk about.
No, guy, it literally shows you the exact story, the time that they posted. You can play it if it's a video. You get the whole experience without them ever knowing. So I
I
be
feel like I'm
unfollowing people.
gatekeeping by like not making you say this online.
Yeah, y'all, I mean, y'all can just look it up, but I went through a few rounds of like weird websites to do it and I found the perfect one. It's really my old reliable. I said, like, of course, if I'm dating someone, of course I'm looking at your ex's Instagram. Are you fucking kidding me? And guess what? Guess what? She's looking at mine.
That part. That
Like,
part. And I will
I
you'll post specific things when you know someone's
yeah,
looking.
guess what? And I will look really good. You're about to think I'm on a tropical vacation every week, sweetie.
Lie on your stories.
I lie. Like I lie. I lie. I lie. Like I
Who
and you can't
cares?
make
Life
me.
is too short not to
Yeah,
lie on
you're
your
not about to make
stories.
me feel bad for literally showing my highlight reel. Like, of course you guys are seeing pictures that I took 3 years ago.
I'm dead. If you guys want the exact website Becky uses, you have to follow us on Instagram and DM us.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
a little,
surprise.
exactly, a little incentive for the girlies to follow us.
This week's episode, no context.
Just a picture of Hailey again.
Oh, it's too good.
Okay, well, we hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, girlies, and we hope you enjoyed this gossip break.
We love you so much. Thank you all for the birthday wishes in advance. And y'all know what to do. Follow us on Instagram so you can know exactly the site I use to stalk people. We are on Instagram and Threads at Gossip Break Pod, TikTok at Gossip Break. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio app, all of the amazing apps where you listen to the highest quality podcasts. And make sure you leave us a 5-star review and share it with your best yapper.
If you giggled once this episode, you have to give us a 5-star review. Sorry, I don't
Like,
make the rules.
I don't make the rules. It's all I want for my birthday. Please.
Birthday wishes, yeah. Begging works. The last
Yeah.
time we begged, we got
No, it did work. So we're gonna
no
beg again.
shame this episode.
I'm gonna start begging at the beginning of episodes again. Like I don't care, y'all. Y'all have been ignoring us.
The
Leave a
people who are
review.
listening to this part right here are actually the real ones. Because sometimes
Yeah.
like when I know podcasts are about to end, I'm like, all right, I'm done. So if you're here
Yeah.
right now, guys, we love you so much.
And leave the 5-star review, please.
Okay, have a great weekend, girlies. Love you. Bye.
Bye.